When I was a kid, I often heard people say, running every day is terrible for your joints, or you'll burn out your muscles if you jog too much. Maybe you guys have come across similar warnings, or perhaps the opposite, like those motivational quotes on social media claiming running cures almost everything. It's funny how there are so many conflicting opinions about this simple, age-old activity. Some folks insist that daily runs are the ultimate way to a sharp mind, while others believe you can only benefit if you're doing ultra-long distances. So which is it? Is daily running secretly damaging us, or does science point to something far more positive? We're about to delve into 4 surprising things that happen to your brain when you make running part of your daily routine. And believe me, the science is a lot more fascinating than you might think. Stick around, because by the end of this, you may completely rethink what a good jog can do for your mental and emotional well-being. By the way, if you're new here, I really hope you'll consider subscribing or following along, because I'll be sharing more health and lifestyle insights that can make a big difference in your everyday life. Definitely check it out if you're into easy-to-follow, scientifically grounded tips. Now, let's jump right into the good stuff and explore why your brain just might fall in love with those daily runs, and how a little thing called garlic can become your surprising ally in this journey. First, let's explore the immediate effect daily running has on your brain's chemistry. You've probably heard about endorphins, right? Those feel-good hormones that make you think, wow, I absolutely love this runner's high. But there's a lot more at play here. When you get out there and pound the pavement, even if it's just a 15-minute jog, your brain starts pumping out not only endorphins, but also a whole cascade of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. These are crucial for regulating mood. In other words, daily running can be like a built-in system for staving off mild depression or anxiety. What's surprising, though, is that research suggests this mood boost isn't just a fleeting phenomenon. Over time, as your body adapts to regular exercise, the structure of your brain can actually change. There's this process called neuroplasticity, which basically means your brain is flexible. It can reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Running daily appears to encourage the growth of new neurons in certain areas of the brain, particularly the hippocampus, which is linked to memory and learning. I really like it when I learn that such a simple habit can have a deep impact on something as complex as our cognitive functions. It almost feels like we're tuning up our mental engine with each and every step. The next time someone tells you running daily is just about burning calories, you can let them know it's about fueling your brain's growth too. Now, moving on to the second surprising effect. Stress management. I know we've all heard that exercise helps with stress, but the daily running habit can take this benefit up a notch. Have you ever noticed that when your schedule is jam-packed or you're feeling overwhelmed, going for a quick run can almost immediately lighten the mental load? Part of that is thanks to cortisol, often called the stress hormone. Cortisol levels can spike when you're under pressure, making it hard to think straight. But studies indicate that consistent aerobic exercise helps regulate cortisol levels more effectively. It's a bit paradoxical. Running itself is a form of physical stress, but it trains your body to handle and recover from stress more efficiently. In addition, daily running might improve your ability to focus. When you make a habit of tackling a run, even on days you don't feel like it, you're essentially practicing resilience and self-discipline. Over time, these qualities transfer to other areas of your life. Maybe you'll find yourself more composed during a hectic meeting at work, or better able to juggle family responsibilities without feeling mentally drained. It's as if you're building a mental toolkit, 1 mile at a time. I've personally experienced this. Those days when I'm swamped with tasks, just a short jog somehow gives me the mental clarity to sort my priorities. It's fascinating that a simple daily run can help shape not just your stamina, but also your stress response and focus in a very real way. Before we explore the next surprising brain benefit, let's consider something that might come as a shock. Garlic. Yep, you heard me right. Garlic. You've probably heard a million times how it's good for the heart or how it can ward off colds, but what does garlic have to do with running daily and our cognitive health? Now, this might sound unusual, but there's science behind it. Garlic contains compounds like allicin, which has been studied for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. When we run, our muscles and cardiovascular system can undergo a fair amount of stress. Good stress, but stress nonetheless. Inflammation is a natural byproduct of hard workouts, and too much inflammation can slow down recovery and hamper performance. So, let's consider how garlic might help in that regard. Allicin doesn't just help fight inflammation in the muscles. It can also support vascular health, ensuring that blood and nutrients flow smoothly to where they're needed most, including your brain. A healthy vascular system is essential for optimal brain performance. That means if you combine daily running, which ramps up oxygen and nutrient delivery to the brain, with a small diet tweak like incorporating garlic, you could be setting the stage for improved brain function and maybe even faster recovery times. That's why I always tell people, don't dismiss simple home remedies. I absolutely love how natural foods can complement our exercise routines in such a direct and measurable way. When I was growing up, my parents often insisted on garlic in most of our dishes, from soups to stir-fries. Back then, I thought it was just a flavor thing. Only later did I learn there's real science behind garlic's health benefits. In some cultures, garlic has been used medicinally for centuries, believed to help with everything from heart conditions to boosting immunity. Now, we're seeing modern research hint that it may also support cognitive function, particularly when paired with consistent exercise. That synergy could help your body recover faster and keep your mind sharp. By the way, if you're curious about making garlic a part of your daily routine, definitely check out some of the easy ways to use it, like adding raw garlic to salad, dressings, roasting a whole head of it in the oven for a delicious spread, or even trying garlic supplements if raw garlic is a bit strong for you. Just be sure to talk to a health professional if you're thinking of going heavy on supplements. It's going to be really interesting to see how garlic fits into your fitness lifestyle once you give it a try. Now, moving on to the third surprising benefit of running daily, a boost in creativity and problem-solving abilities. This is one of those things that's often overlooked, but I find it so cool. There's something about the repetitive, rhythmic nature of running that puts our minds into a sort of meditative state, freeing us from the constant barrage of thoughts and worries. In that slightly calmer headspace, new ideas can bubble up more freely, and tricky problems that were stumping us before might suddenly seem more solvable. Some people argue that it's the increased blood flow to the brain that's responsible, while others point to the mental break we get when we're unplugged from devices and to-do lists. Whatever the exact mechanism, countless writers, entrepreneurs, and even students swear by a quick run to help them crack that tough puzzle in their work or studies. When I personally hit a creative wall or can't seem to figure out how to structure a new project, I lace up my running shoes and head out for a short jog. It's amazing how often I'll come back with fresh ideas or solutions that felt impossible just an hour before. You might think daily running would be monotonous, but ironically, it can spark a huge amount of mental energy and creativity. That's why if you're someone who struggles with creative blocks, you might want to start a new routine. Wake up, run for 20 minutes, then sit down to work. You may be pleasantly surprised at how your brain responds to that boost. Now let's look at the fourth surprising effect, and this one is a biggie. Daily running can improve your memory and cognitive longevity. We touched on neuroplasticity earlier, but let's expand on that. Regular aerobic exercise, especially running, supports the growth of new blood vessels and neurons. This is critically important as we age, because one of the main issues people face is cognitive decline due to decreased blood flow and reduced brain volume. But studies have found that older adults who regularly participate in aerobic activities have a larger hippocampus, which is the brain region tied to memory formation. In practical terms, this might mean better recall, improved mental clarity, and a lower risk of conditions like dementia. Even younger adults can benefit from this protective effect by building a strong foundation early on. I really like it when science tells us that something as basic as running can actually help fortify our brains against some of the challenges of getting older. Plus, think about it. When you're out running every day, you're not just investing in your physique, you're investing in your future cognitive health. That's a win-win if you ask me. Before we wrap up our chat on these 4 major brain-boosting perks of daily running, let me quickly remind you, if you're enjoying this discussion, it might be a great time to share it with someone you know who could use a little motivation, or of course you can drop a comment down below with your own experiences or questions. I always love hearing from you guys. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect moment. It really helps in bringing you more deep dives like this one. So let's consider the bigger picture. We've got daily running helping regulate mood by pumping out endorphins and supporting neuroplasticity, helping manage stress and improve focus, sparking creativity, and potentially shoring up our memory and cognitive longevity. And then there's garlic, that surprising but powerful sidekick, which can help reduce inflammation, boost vascular health, and may further support cognitive function in tandem with your running habit. It's fascinating how all these elements tie together. We often think of exercise as something separate from nutrition, but the two go hand in hand in really powerful ways. A daily run challenges your body, and certain nutrients, like those found in garlic, can assist you in recovering and even amplify your benefits. In a world that often overcomplicates health with fancy gadgets and drastic measures, it's kind of refreshing to realize that simple routines like consistent running and adding a bit of garlic to your meals can do wonders. But wait, there's one more thing to consider before we sign off. Consistency truly is key. The amazing benefits we've talked about, the improved mood, the better stress management, the creativity boost, and the memory and cognitive protection come from making running a lifestyle, rather than an occasional one-off activity. If you're new to running, it might be challenging at first, but start slow and be gentle with yourself. Even a short daily jog can unlock these surprising changes in your brain. And don't forget to consider your diet while you're at it. Maybe experiment with that roasted garlic or a garlic supplement to see if you notice an even bigger difference in how you feel overall. By the way, if you're looking for more tips on how to integrate simple habits like this into your everyday schedule, definitely check out our other videos or resources. I've got a bunch more topics planned that delve into exactly this kind of practical but science-backed advice. And I'd love to know, are you planning to give daily running a try? Or maybe spice up your routine with garlic-infused meals? Let us know in the comments, because you never know who else you might inspire with your story, or what kind of fresh ideas you'll spark in the community. Now, as a quick final summary, daily running has the power to reshape not only your body, but also your brain in very real ways. From boosting your mood and creativity to protecting your memory in the long run. Pair that with the benefits of a humble ingredient like garlic, and you've got a powerful duo that can keep you feeling sharp, resilient, and energized. Ultimately, the best part is that these are changes you can initiate all on your own. No fancy equipment needed, no extreme diet, just the road or treadmill, a good pair of shoes, and some tasty recipes to keep your meals interesting. So here's a thought. I'd love to leave you with, what if the key to unlocking your brain's full potential is already within reach, quite literally under your feet and in your kitchen? It might be time to lace up those shoes, toss some garlic into your next meal, and see what new heights your mind and body can reach together. After all, these simple, time-tested habits could be your secret weapon for long-lasting mental clarity and well-being. Don't you think it's worth a shot? I can't wait to hear how your journey goes. Be sure to share your experiences, and I'll see you guys in the next one.